Welcome, Inside Voomer. Today, we're diving deep into automotive history to explore 10 incredible Dodge models that, for some reason, have slipped through the cracks of most people's memories. These cars were crucial in shaping the brand's legacy, yet they don't get the recognition they deserve. From the early 1930s to the quirky 1980s, these Dodges showcase the brand's evolution, combining performance, design, and a dash of daring. Let's dive in. The 1931 Dodge Coupe, a forgotten pioneer. Kicking off our list is the 1931 Dodge Coupe, a model that stands as a silent witness to one of America's most challenging economic periods, the Great Depression. While Ford and Chevrolet were cranking out cars by the millions, Dodge only managed to produce around 47,000 vehicles in 1931. However, what the 1931 Dodge lacked in production numbers, it made up for in innovation. This was the first year the company dropped the Dodge Brothers name and officially became known as Dodge. The 1931 Coupe also introduced overdrive transmission, a revolutionary feature that improved fuel efficiency and provided a smoother driving experience. And let's not forget about its four-wheel hydraulic brakes, cutting-edge technology that Ford wouldn't adopt until a year later. Dodge was setting new standards for engineering, but it struggled to gain the public's attention. Perhaps if the economy had been in a better place, the model would have been a bigger hit. Despite its forward-thinking features, the 1931 Dodge Coupe has been largely forgotten, overshadowed by other early automotive giants like Ford's Model A and Chevrolet's Series AE Independence. The 1957 Dodge Custom Royal, a jet-age beauty. Next on the list is the 1957 Dodge Custom Royal, a car that marked a turning point for Dodge's design language. The late 1950s was a period of glitz and glamour for the American automotive industry, with brands vying to create the sleekest, most futuristic cars on the market. For Dodge, the Custom Royal was a response to that challenge. The car featured a lower, longer, and wider body aligning with the jet-age styling that was all the rage. But the Custom Royal wasn't just a pretty face. It was also the first Dodge to incorporate Chrysler's torsion bar front suspension, which significantly improved handling and ride comfort. Additionally, this was the first Dodge to experiment with quad headlights, a bold move at the time since many states hadn't yet legalized them. For that year, the inboard lamps functioned as turn signals, but by 1958, full quad headlights were the norm, and this Dodge was ahead of the curve. Despite these innovations, the 1957 Dodge Custom Royal hasn't received the love it deserves. While car culture from the era celebrates iconic models like the 57 Chevy or the Ford Thunderbird, Mopar fans often feel that Dodge's Custom Royal is a hidden gem waiting to be rediscovered. With its aggressive stance and jet-age aesthetics, it's a perfect representation of the futuristic optimism of the 1950s. The 1959 Dodge Silver Challenger, the original Challenger. When you think of the Dodge Challenger, you likely envision the roaring muscle cars of the 1970s. But the first Dodge Challenger actually debuted in 1959. The 1959 Dodge Silver Challenger was the original, though vastly different, ancestor of the muscle-bound Challengers that followed a decade later. This early Challenger was essentially a trim package for the entry-level Dodge two-door sedan. While it offered various engine options, the Silver Challenger most often came equipped with an aging inline-six engine. One of its standout features was its aggressive front grille, giving it a haunting, unforgettable appearance. Though it didn't achieve the fame of its later muscle car namesakes, the 1959 Silver Challenger is a fascinating piece of Dodge history. 1962 Dodge Dart or Polara, a plucked chicken? By 1962, Dodge was moving away from Virgil Exner's distinctive design language. The 1962 Dart and Polara were polarizing models, with critics calling them plucked chickens for their awkward proportions. However, what these cars lacked in aesthetics, they made up for in mechanical innovation. The 1962 Dart and Polara introduced the Max Wedge 413 cubic inch V8 engine, an engine that would become legendary in drag racing circles. Paired with Dodge's advanced 727 Torque Fleet 3-speed automatic transmission, these models were serious contenders in terms of performance. While styling might have left some buyers scratching their heads, enthusiasts appreciate the 1962 Dart and Polara today for their power and engineering. 1965 Dodge Custom 880 Wagon, the forgotten family muscle car. Not all Dodges from the 1960s were muscle cars. The 1965 Dodge Custom 880 Wagon filled an important gap in the full-size family car market. This massive wagon was more than just a grocery getter, though. It could be optioned with a 383 cubic inch V8 engine, the same one found in many of Dodge's muscle cars. While this may not have been the first car you'd take to the drag strip, it was a versatile vehicle capable of hauling the entire family, luggage, and maybe even a boat, all while offering the power to leave other family sedans in the dust. Unfortunately, the Custom 880 Wagon has been largely overlooked by history, as family cars from this era rarely get the attention they deserve. But for those in the know, it's a highly capable, underappreciated classic. The 1972 Dodge Monaco. Luxury muscle meets bad timing. The 1972 Dodge Monaco was a car that had all the potential to be a luxury muscle car legend. With its sleek lines, hideaway headlights, and powerful engines, the Monaco should have been a hit. But by the early 1970s, the muscle car market was declining due to stricter emissions standards, rising fuel costs, and insurance hikes. The Monaco's blend of luxury and muscle made it stand out, even as the market for such cars was vanishing. Dodge fans today regard the 1972-1973 Monaco as one of the most stylish full-sized cars of the era, but its timing was unfortunate, limiting its impact. The 1975 Dodge Charger Daytona, a forgotten legacy. The 1975 Dodge Charger Daytona never reached the iconic status of its 1969 namesake, but it still had plenty to offer. Built on the same platform as the Chrysler Cordoba, the Daytona featured a powerful V8 engine and sleek design. However, its resemblance to the Cordoba and general lack of distinct identity caused it to fade into obscurity. This model represents the last rear-wheel drive V8 powered Charger before Dodge shifted to smaller front-wheel drive models, making it a notable part of the Charger history. The 1979 Dodge Aspen. Car of the Year to Most Recalled. The Dodge Aspen, introduced in the mid-1970s, seemed like a promising replacement for the Dodge Dart. It was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year in 1976 thanks to its roomy interior, refined ride, and modern styling. However, the Aspen soon became notorious for its quality control issues, leading to nearly 1.3 million recalls by 1979. Despite its strong engine options and early promise, the Aspen's reputation was tarnished, making it one of the most recalled vehicles in history. The 1980 Dodge Mirada, stylish but doomed. The 1980 Dodge Mirada had the looks and power to succeed, but it was launched during a period of financial turmoil for Chrysler, leading to its failure in the marketplace. With its wedge-shaped design and available V8 engine, the Mirada could have been a hit under different circumstances. As one of the last rear-drive V8-powered coupes before Dodge's long hiatus from performance cars, the Mirada is a stylish yet forgotten relic of the 1980s. The 1986 Dodge Omni Shelby GLHS, the hot hatch hero. Closing out our list is the 1986 Dodge Omni Shelby GLHS. Created in collaboration with Carroll Shelby, this turbocharged hatchback packed a serious punch. With a 175 horsepower, 2.2-liter turbocharged engine, it could hit 60 miles an hour in just 6.5 seconds, a remarkable feat for a front-wheel drive compact car in the mid-1980s. Only 500 units were produced, making the Omni GLHS one of the rarest and most sought-after Dodges from the era. The compact dynamo may not have had the muscle of a Charger, but it earned its place in Dodge's performance lineup. So there you have it. 10 forgotten Dodge models that deserve a place in the spotlight. From the 1931 Dodge Coupe's pioneering overdrive transmission to the turbocharged power of the 1986 Shelby GLHS, these cars reflect the spirit of innovation and risk-taking that has defined Dodge for decades. Though they may not have the fame of Dodge's most iconic models, they played significant roles in shaping the brand's history. The next time you're at a car show or reading about classic cars, keep an eye out for these overlooked gems. You might just discover a new favorite. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Your support means the world to us.